So it's spring. MJ's saying we have a beautiful weekend in store, which is exciting. But now's the time of year that more pet families may take their furry friends along for summer travel. So this morning, I'm joined by Dr. Jason Nichols, a preventative vet, Kathleen Hunter with Seattle Humane. We've had her here before. And she's brought along, this is Noah?
This is Noah.
Noah.
He's quite affectionate.
He's a good boy.
A little camera shy right now.
A little camera shy, but
There
he
we
definitely
go.
wanted some love, that's for sure. So thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So let's talk about, taking your pets on the road. I feel like I don't take into account everything you need to do before you get into the car, and it's always a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot to do. I mean, there's a lot of planning for the people as well, but for the pets. And so, one of the big things is when pets travel, they're going frequently into a different environment, and sometimes they might run away or get away. So even something like identification, so especially microchips, are fantastic. So if your pets aren't already microchipped and you think you might be traveling with them, or even if you're staying put, great idea to get a microchip to make sure your information's up to date, to make sure it's registered. The other thing is, again, going into different locations, especially pet-friendly hotels, maybe Airbnbs, parasites. So fleas, making sure your pets are on safe, effective, reliable parasite prevention, because you don't want to come home with fleas from the hotel.
And you want to think about that before you head out on the road.
Because you really need to be talking to your vet about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a lot more to think about than just like, oh, we'll just take the dogs. You guys also have some pretty cool stuff to show us as well to keep your dogs and pets safe and happy.
Yeah, and we're really lucky now. There's a lot of great products out on the market for pet restraint, which is very important. It's about keeping your pet safe as well as yourself and everybody else in the car and everyone else on the road. So a lot of products up here. Sleepy Pod, in my estimation, also from the Center for Pet Safety Crash Studies, does some of the best pet restraints out there.
Okay.
So this is one of their harnesses. This is one of their Click-It harnesses. It's great. It could be used very easily and quickly in the car, and can also be used for a walking harness when you get to your location.
That's a great idea.
Look at harnesses, especially for larger dogs. There are some that have actually been put through proper crash testing through the Center for Pet Safety.
I didn't know they were doing that.
They are.
Very cool.
And plenty of them say that they've been through crash testing, but they might not be through the best crash testing. So typically, like with a lot of things, you kind of get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So look for a better product. But even if you have one that hasn't been through crash testing, any restraint is going to
nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. For smaller dogs and for cats, this travel bed, again from Sleepy Pod, is fantastic. It opens up. It's, I don't know if the camera can see in here, but it is ridiculously plush. Like, I want to curl up in this thing on a regular basis.
Ooh, that is nice. Yeah, there's like a little fur lining in there.
And they also have a little heat pad that you can put in there as well. So if you really
make one for humans.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? So this is great, and it buckles into the car, to the seat belt.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so up here you do the shoulder strap through this part, and then around back here you do the lap belt through here, and it clicks in.
That's such a good idea.
Because if they're restrained, that's fantastic, and it's a hugely important part, but you don't want then the carrier to become a projectile if you've got to stop short. Or if you unfortunately get into an accident. So whatever you're using for restraint, you want to then restrain that to the car.
Okay. And how about these things over here?
Yeah, these are great. These are these soft-sided, sort of collapsible, carriers, kennels, crates. They're, in the event of an accident, they're probably not going to prevent a dog or a cat from, kind of coming through there. But they will keep them contained. They're great for cats because you can frequently put a litter box in there, a travel litter box.
Oh, good point.
Which is huge for cats.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, you can't put a litter box in here.
No.
Now, if your cat is leash trained, and you could stop at the rest stops, and you could do it.
Which we see that. I see that constantly in Seattle. People walking their cat.
Totally, all around the country. I mean, we've got an article on the site of how to do it, and it's fantastic. But for a lot of cats, because they aren't, or because people maybe don't want to, aren't stopping that frequently, having something you could put a litter box in is fantastic.
Very convenient.
And these collapse down nicely. They're great.
Yeah, I've traveled with these, and I do like the fact that they're collapsible, because if you have a ton of stuff, you can just throw it right on top.
Yep.
It's
Without
flat.
a doubt. And then when you get into the hotel room or your location, wherever it might be, it kind of gets out of your way.
And they have a little safe
They do.
space,
It's a little bit of home that goes with them.
Exactly.
You know?
Let's talk about this. This is something I always forget.
Yeah.
It's like last minute I forget I got to go buy a bowl or something.
Travel bowls and these Yummy bowls, again, from Sleepy Pod are great. They're food-grade silicone, and they can sort of seal over. And so you've got basically food and water covered because it's like a modular system.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So, and again, there's a lot of these products out there, but bringing a bowl so that you've got food and water thing for them to eat and drink out of. Having something to put their food in, if a lot of people will travel with their pet's kibble, something that you can put it in that's airtight but also might keep them out. You don't want to leave your dog in the car with a full bag of kibble.
Right.
Because they're probably going to get to it.
They are very smart.
And that's not good for anybody. Now, of course, if they're properly restrained in the back, they're not going to get to it. But yeah, so you got to take care of the food as well. One thing that a lot of people unfortunately don't think about often until it's too late as well is getting your pet acclimated to what you're going to have them ride in.
We think they'll always enjoy riding in these or going in the car.
They're going with us,
that's
right?
not the case.
No,
yeah.
No, sometimes it actually causes them more distress. But if you're proactive and you think about these things early and you take the time to positively train them and give them a good association with their carrier, with their harness, there's pheromones out there that can help them feel more comfortable. Clicker training is fantastic. Take the time to get them acclimated and it'll be so much nicer for everyone.
Yeah.
You won't have your cat howling in the back. You won't have your dog barking, panting, trying to paw out the windows.
Because that breaks your heart too as a pet owner. It's just to see them so stressed out, and at that point there's nothing you can do. Right. When you're already on the road.
Yeah, it's tough because you've got to focus on the road. A big part of this is safety.
Yeah.
And if you're turning around to try and kind of calm them, and you definitely don't want to have your pets riding on your lap.
Exactly.
That's a big no-no.
And Noah, you did such a good job today.
Thank you.
Who's Noah belong to?
Noah is from Seattle Humane. He's 3 months old. He is a lab pointer mix, and he is ready for adoption when we open today at 11.
Someone go get him.
Yeah.
Someone go get him.
He's
You are a sweetheart.
And he has 2 siblings.
Oh,
Yeah.
also available.
Also available.
All right. Well, good to meet you, my friend. Thank you so much, you two, for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This is great information.